Happy Thursday, Stampers and Paper Crafters. This is Facebook Live number 332. My name is Joy Borwedge, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. I live in Burnsville, Minnesota, and I've been a demonstrator since August of 1999. Well, today happens to be Thursday, and I think it's Thursday the 20th of June, and I have a paper pumpkin for you, so I have no idea what we're doing. But I'm going to put you down to the table in just a second. And if you get motion sickness or anything like that, just look away. And I will let you know when I am done. Excuse me, messing around with the camera. If you hear children screaming, there's a pool not too far from our apartment. So it's just children enjoying the nice gloomy day. All right, so hold on. So Thursday, hopefully everybody had a great week, and I am going to do that awkward turn now, and I'm going to try to hold the camera so it's not so loose when it drops. And there we go. I'm going to point that down and flip it to my surface. Now hopefully, that's a little tight. Let me loosen that up just a little. There we go. Okay, there we go. Now I got it. Okay, so I'm tightening it up. Okay, so I still have a little bit of my sinus infection, so you guys can hear me. And my ear just popped, so yay, I could hear better. Sorry about that, guys. So let's kind of go through some things, and I'm just going to get the... There we go. I think we're good. So again, my name is Joy Borwedge. My Instagram page, it's Stampin' for Joy. stampinforjoy.stampinup.net is my online store. When you use my online store, you could use the host code at NQ3UVNXR. So you can use that host code when you have an order that is under $150, because when your order is over $150, you are considered a hostess and you get free Stampin' Up! Product of your choice. PenguinZ33@outlook.com is my email address. So if you do not have a demonstrator that you're working with and you wish to have a catalog sent to you, you can contact me and I will mail one out to you. Now, this catalog came out in the beginning of May, and if you're one of my customers, you should have had one sent to you. By meaning, if you spent with me within the last year, I'll send you a catalog. But if you're new to me and you do not have one and you don't have a demonstrator, contact me and request one. All right. So there's a couple things going on that I want to share with you. And number one is I am a part of a group that puts on a special event 3 or 4 times a year, and it's a stamping event, and you come and all the product is cut for you, and you just have to take the baggie out of your bag, look at the number that's on the baggie, say if it says number 2, then you go to table number 2 and you pull it out. You'll come home with 16 handmade cards, and number 1, you can keep them for ideas for your crafting area, or 2, you can send them to someone to make someone's day. I like that. All right, so check out thestampinevent.com. It's June 29th, so the date that the registration closes is coming up pretty quick, so check that out. And let me show you one of the cards that we'll be making at that event. And this is one of the cards that I've designed, featuring the beautiful zinnias. And we'll talk about that in just a few seconds and how you can purchase that. All right. So Excuse me, I still have a cough, but hopefully it's not going to be complete throughout the show. All right, so then we have another special going on right now where you get to take an extra 10% off of bundles that have dies with them. And that would be in Hi Nancy, welcome. So that is normally when I feature a bundle, a stamp set, and a die set, that's 10% off. Well, Stampin' Up! Is going above and beyond that. So you get an additional 10% off those bundles through the end of the month. So that is ending at June 30th. So that's not too far away. How you doing, Nancy? Welcome. It's good to see you. Online exclusives are available coming up soon to customers beginning July 3rd. And as a demonstrator, you can certainly pre-order online exclusives before they go live. Now, some of the demonstrators, good, I'm glad to hear it. I hope you're coming to the event on the 29th. Online exclusives are just that. They're only available online. So Stampin' Up! Can add to these stamped images, the stamp product online several times a year without having to redo the catalog. And so Stampin' Up! Came out with the online exclusives, so then that way they can refresh and they can add new product that coordinates what's the word? Too much crap in my head right now, so words are hard. So that they can bring them out to you many times throughout the year, and that way you get to see new product. So as a customer, you get to purchase online exclusives available July 3rd. And one of the sets that's coming out is called the Golden Greenery Bundle. And that is actually in a suite collection called the Season of Green and Gold. And also, it's kind of mega sweet because there's 2 dies and 2 stamp sets. And then also you get quite a few other options that go with it. But the Designer Series paper that coordinates with it is really pretty as well. So I do not have this yet, but check those out, coming out July 3rd. Then also, just kind of wanted to show you the online exclusives featuring the Flowering Zinnias suite, because I showed you that card. Now there is a 3D embossing folder, the adhesive backed shiny gems, the stamp set, and the dies. Now those are an additional 10% off. Also, the Encircled with Nature is a beautiful bundle. And again, that Designer Series paper is a lot of fun to play with. So check that out in my online store. All right, so let's get busy. The paper pumpkin that we're working with today is called Life is Sweet. And I actually just got this, I believe, let's see, today is Thursday. I got this like on Monday or Tuesday. And I did open it. I took a quick peek just because I wanted to get the stamp set available. Because I don't use the little stamps or the little inks because I already have the big ones and they're open. I leave these guys closed so that when I do my stamp camps or events that I need extra of the same, I use these guys as well. It looks like this is going to be a nice thank you. Let's see if I could put this behind my magnet sheet, and that might offer some better ways. Wish you were here Life is so much sweeter with friends like you. Let's see. Sweet friend, sending a big squeeze. Oh, I love that one. So much to celebrate. And this one is you're truly amazing. So this is actually a very nice stamp set that goes with this bundle. Sorry, paper pumpkin. Okay, then let's open that up and see what we're making. Now, one thing about paper pumpkin is that when you sign up for this subscription, I almost said prescription, just because I've been dealing with the sinus infection for 2 weeks, so drugs are on my brain. Advil, cold and sinus, and NyQuil to be exact. But anyways, you don't know what you're getting when you get this. So it is a beautiful card set. Sometimes they're what we call 3D. So 3D is anything like a bag or let's see, what's other, we had a wreath one time. We had like a banner that kind of sways on a piece of linen thread, and I wrote stamp, or I made it say stamp on one and then happy. So this looks like it's going to be a nice card kit. So it's going to be 9 cards, and then I save the tissue just because I might need it for something, and it's a pretty blue. Then what we'll be doing is we'll be making one of each tonight, and then I will pick winners based upon 3 criteria to go into the drawing. And number 1 is if you do a, hi Laura, welcome. If you do a thumbs up or a heart, that means that gets your name entered into the drawing. And then if you leave a comment, all you have to do is say hi. And then if you share this on your timeline, someone on your timeline might find this paper pumpkin idea kind of fun, and they might enjoy that. So sharing that on your timeline helps me out, and then also you get your name twice entered for doing that. Okay, so just recently Stampin' Up! Just started doing this so that you can certainly see a lot better what your stamps look like. And then you can put them in a plastic container and then constantly have this available for you. Okay, so then also, this is a page right here that tells you what the kit components are. And the coordinating colors are Daffodil Delight, Lemon Lolly, Peach Pie, Petal Pink, Pool Party, Poppy Parade, Pretty in Pink, Pumpkin Pie, Shy Shamrock, and Summer Splash. And the color that we're going to be using is Shy Shamrock because that's the ink color they had. And there is also other products that get to be, you can coordinate with them. Now, you could certainly follow the instructions, which is what I'm going to do, or you can do it however you want to. So everything here, like this is number 1, everything is here. There's no words telling you how to do it. It's just pictures, so it's pretty easy. One of the things that you can do is order paper pumpkin kits and then have a girls' night. Put them together and... Okay, so here is the linen thread and the tear and tape. We have some beautiful pearls here and some dimensionals and mini glue dots. All right, so let's take those out. Now, I will not be using the dimensionals because I have my own, and these are minis, and that way I can keep mine. All right, so then we have envelopes. Ooh, it looks like they color coordinate with the cards, and this way you can coordinate your card crafting with your envelopes. So then I'm just kind of showing you what's in the kit. Ooh, look at that. This is in a different bag because I'm sure they don't want them destroyed. This looks like it's vellum. And let me put that off to the side here. Okay, so this is die cut. Ooh, beautiful. There is pin dots around the outside of the die. And then this is a thicker vellum. So I'm assuming that they didn't want these kind of smushed. So that's the reason why they put them in a separate bag. Okay, so that's for something coming up. And then I'm going to put that off to the side over here. Oops, I'm missing one. Don't want to lose that. Okay, here is a card. It looks like it's kind of like it has very nice texture to it, and it's pink. So obviously this is one that's going to go with the pink envelope. And then we have some die cuts. So those are just easily to pop out. Some lemons. I would say that they are kind of like paint, kind of like a wash, kind of very pretty. And then we have a card that's available, or not a card, but a 3D embossing folder that gives off this painted type of look. So this is front and back colored, and the other one was just pink and white. So the back side is white. So this kind of gives it an example of how you could tear apart those cards and have more cards available. Peaches. Nice summer peaches. Again, with kind of that painted texture. And then we have the the peach, which is available in that same kind of painted, sculptured look. And then we have more die cuts. I love it when Stampin' Up! Gives you extra products so that you could go above and beyond the amount of specific pieces. Ooh, a sheet of, okay, so it looks like these are words. Now, you're not going to be able to see what the words are very well, except for looking at the back. I could see hello and you, miss, let's see, congrats, miss you, yes, miss you, okay, D, something, I can't see what that says. I'd have to pop all of these out in order to know what they say, because if you look at it, it looks like it's just a sheet of glimmer, but it's words, actually. Hi, Rita, welcome. We're opening up a paper pumpkin kit, and we're going to put that together. And cherries. Okay, so it looks like we have peaches, lemons, and cherries. And then it comes with a nice chipboard piece so that it keeps that from getting wrecked. And it's all shrunk wrapped together. Excuse me. Okay, so we're going to get, oh, and one more piece. These are die cut leaves, like palm leaves, and then there's some stars in there too. Okay, so I'm going to put that with the die cut collection. So the first one, it looks like we're going to use the the cherries. So I am going to take, it looks like 2 sets of cherries. So we're just going to take out the dies, or punch them out. So one set, and they look like they're the same. So I didn't know if there was one facing left or right. Okay, so we got the cherries. And then it looks like we're going to need one of the longer banners. So we're just going to punch that out. Now these kits can be done generally within a half an hour. And let's see, it's going to say Miss You. So that's the glitter. So I'm going to go from the back and punch out the miss. Okay, so, and there's a piece in between there, so we're going to throw that out. Okay, so there's the M and a little piece in there, and then the I. So the little tiny circle for the I, and it just went rolling. There we go. So Miss You. So I need to find a U. Okay. So right there is the Miss You, or the U. Okay, so whoever wins this card, okay, so I'm going to have 3 drawings. And so the person that wins number 1, I will obviously take your name out of the drawing. And then it's going to get 3 of the pearls. And then, so that I am having different winners. So not all one person wins all 3 cards. Okay, and then Wish You Were Here out of the stamp set. Now there is a thicker piece of plastic and a thinner piece of plastic. Right now I am just taking the thin piece of plastic off. And then I am going to be able to, let's see, Wish You Were Here. Let's see here. Where is that? Right there. So I'm going to grab that and get that. I'm just going to lay that on my mat, I'm going to try to keep everything in the same spot so I don't have to constantly look for things where they're at. But my glass mat, and then I'm going to be able to pick it up with my block. Now, when you get your first kit, you will actually get a block. It's not going to be like this. This one is one of my favorite blocks, but you're going to get a block that is about 1/4 inch, and this way you can be able to stamp with photopolymer and see through everything that you're using. But see, there's a difference. There's about 1/2 inch, and plus there's finger indentations for your fingers, and so it grips so much nicely. We're going to use some of that linen thread and some mini glue dots. And it looks like we're going to need some of that. Let's see. We're going to use the peach. Paint it, you know, kind of the paint splatter. You know how when an artist has their paint out and they kind of brush through. Yeah, it's kind of like a brush stroked template kind of thing. All right, so then there is our linen thread. And so if your linen thread is just way too curly, just put it through your fingernails. Not that I have very many, and it straightens out just perfectly. Okay, and then we are going to need this pink piece right here that pops up. And when you're putting your cards together, when you get a paper pumpkin, like I said, some of it's going to be cards, some of it's not. You can, okay, so they want you to give a big one, a little one, and a small one. So we'll do a small vellum star, or I should say a big one. And let's see. So you want 2 big ones and a little one. Oops. I'm trying to put it on a color that I would actually see. Put it on the pink. There we go, and a small one. There we go. Okay, I think I get all the pieces for card number 1 popped out. But like I was saying, get all your parts ready for card one and then do mass producing. Like I said, I am just going to do one card tonight of each, and then that's why I'm only picking out one. But if I was doing all three, I would get all 3 card bases ready and all my stars punched out and all my cherries punched out and my misuse. Now, again, you don't have to complete these as seen. So we are going to do that as seen. So hopefully, whoever wins card number 1, you miss somebody, and so that you can have a place to send it to them. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to fold our cardstock in half, because it comes with that fold for. I'm using my own bone folder. This thing's bugging me. I gotta redo it. I've been doing a lot of die cutting, so my there we go. It's not bugging me anymore because I can't see it. Okay, so I just burnished that with my bone folder, but I will be using some products that do not come into the kit, like my Take Your Pick tool. And when I am stamping, I'm actually going to be using my Stampin' Pearson mat, because I like the foam giving my stamped image a better look. Okay, so then we're going to stamp this. It says, "Wish you were here." And we're just going to go tap, tap, tap. We're not going to squish, because when you squish, you get, and also when your block is a lot bigger than what you're supposed to be using, you get ink where you're not supposed to. So we're going to put that, let me see, I just covered it up. Okay, so it looks like we're going to center that and just let that ink transfer from the stamped image to the paper. Okay, looks good. And then we're going to wash that off, but just in a little bit. Okay, so it looks like that's all the stamping we're actually going to do. Then it says to cut 30 inches of the linen thread. Now, when you get your kit, it comes with a ruler. So we can measure 30 inches. Okay, so we're going to go 17, or I should say 18, and then 12. And so about right there. So I'm just going to use my scissors and cut that off. Now I'm probably going to, let's see, let's straighten this out just a little bit so it's not so wiggly. And it'll give a better look once it sits down. And it wants you to put dimensionals on here. Instead of opening up the dimensionals that Stampin' Up! Gave me, I already have some open, and I'm going to move that. This has pin dots all the way around. So the white back side, so according to this, we're supposed to put the dimensionals on the pink side. But if you look on the back side of this, it's white. So you want the pink side to show. So it looks like it's going to go like this. Okay, so you really want to put your dimensionals on your white side, not your, and I'm going to put my stars right there. And then it looks like we're going to be wrapping this twine around this piece here. Okay, so I'm actually going to do that first, just because I will then know where to, I don't want to have way too much room. Okay, so it looks like it's supposed to go twice. So I'm going to measure kind of like halfway. So 1, 2. So go this way. There we go. And it says to put your bow right over here. And for me, I'm going to want to use a mini glue dot. And it doesn't say that on here, but it's one of my tips when you actually have a need for like that third finger. I'm going to use my Take Your Pick tool, and I'm going to grab a mini glue dot, and I'm going to put one right here, and that kind of goes right in the middle, and that's where my center of my knot's going to be. And then that way it will hold better once I make my bow. And then we're going to squish that together. We could spread that out a little bit. Okay, and so then now I'm going to put my mini dimensionals, or I should say my dimensionals, on here. Well, I am just using up one of these pieces, and that's going to go up here. So one of the reasons why I do these paper pumpkin demonstrations is that, number one, if you're not a crafty person, this is a great way to not collect a lot of supplies, but also to have fun putting something together. You can do it kind of like sometimes they're geared towards children, and so like if you're a grandma and you take care of your kids, your grandkids, or you have them over for a play date, sometimes this is a great way to get together and do a little craft project with your grandkids. Or, like I said, sometimes a girls' night out without the kids. So you can put together these cards, and it looks, according to the instructions, not to center it. Okay, and lay that down. Okay, so now because this is attached to the front of my card, I'm going to find it's easier to make my bow. But anyways, getting together with people and crafting, that's one of the things that Stampin' Up! Is all about, is creating community. And you can do this with your daughter or your girlfriends, or while you're sitting in the hotel when you're traveling, or if you're a soccer mom and you're watching your child play soccer, you can do this in the bleachers. Okay, so that's what we're at now. Then it says to put adhesive on the back of the Miss U, and the dimensionals, dimensionals will go on top of the Miss U, and then we'll place that in between the above and below the lines of the words. Okay, so I'm just going to take a sip here. Okay, now we're going to put dimensionals on here, and I do like to use my Take Your Pick tool just because it helps me place my stuff easier for me. You know, I'm probably supposed to be using the small ones, the mini dimensionals. I have the bigger ones. Oh well. Like I said, I don't have fingernails, and so my Take Your Pick tool is really handy for me. Okay, I'm also going to use my own Stampin' Seal on the words, and the reason why I like to do that is because this way it's faster for me to put adhesive on the back side of these things than to try to take off those little, I guess you gotta take off the cover, but those little tiny backs of the mini glue dots that they send. When you have your own mini glue dots, they're on a back side of and I'm using my silicone mat here so that any of the adhesive does not stick to my board. Also, speaking of my glass mat, the glass mat will be available to customers in July 3rd. It's going to be an online exclusive, so if you are a demonstrator, you can pre-order your glass mat now. Now, I don't know how many demonstrators there are, and I don't know how many glass mats there are. We, as demonstrators, could order the glass mat previously when it was available for the celebration. And there was a cutoff because anybody who joined Stampin' Up! During celebration was able to get a glass mat. Well, the demonstrators were not able to get, they didn't have one available for everyone, so they had to cut it off. And so a lot of the demonstrators were missing out on the glass mat. And so that was one of the things that people did not like, was not being able to have the glass mat. So Stampin' Up! Came out with another one, they put more into production, and now it is available to demonstrators. So if you want the glass mat and you don't want to take a chance of missing out, you can certainly join up and then order that glass mat. Okay, so that is where we are right now. So Miss You, and then it looks like we are taking the cherries and we're going to put a cherry on top of each other. Oh, okay. So, yep, it looks like we're going to take dimensionals, and we are going to put dimensionals on the one side. So, like this side right here is going to have adhesive on it. And then the other side is going to have a dimensional. Okay. And so that way it stands up, because right here it's raised. And so when you lay this down, the other cherry is going to fall over. So they want you to put a dimensional on the other side. So then that way you don't have to... and then also they want you to put 1, 2, and so it looks like there's 2 stars, but where'd the other one go? Huh. Well, we can stick it where we want to, huh? All right. So we're going to lay this one down. We're going to stab and grab that backing off. We'll pull that off with my Take Your Pick tool. And then we're going to lay that right here. Okay. And then we're going to put another one on here. And then we're going to lay that kind of like that. Okay. So we're going to put adhesive on this side. Maybe. Okay. And then we'll do another dimensional on this one. And stab and grab that backing. Throw that away. And then put that kind of like this, I would say. And then it wants you to put adhesive, the mini glue dots. So I'm just going to grab my mini glue dots, and where did they go? Over here. So my mini glue dots, like I said, just come back here. And so we're just going to lay one on top, squish that down, pull another one through, and then squish that down right on top. And then we'll pull another one through for the little guy. Now the little guy, we're going to fold up this mini glue dot so it's small enough. There we go. So it's kind of rolled up on itself. And we'll put that on the vellum star. And that doesn't seem to work out very well, so we're just going to put that right there. And we're going to use the putty part, grab that vellum star, and put that on top of that vellum right there. Ha! Now we got it. All right, so then we're going to take off this one, and it says to put that right there. And then the other one is going to go right there. Okay, so we have 2 vellum stars on here, plus the little guy. And then it wants us to add the I'm going to put my poker part. Where did I put my lid? There it is. I like to keep my people poker. I call it the people poker because that way I don't poke myself, but I am usually the one that pokes. And then, so we're going to take these pearls and we're going to put them one there, one right there, and another one right over there. Okay, so that is our first paper pumpkin card number 1. So what do you think? Isn't that cute? Wish you were here. Okay, so we're gonna now clean up and we're gonna get our products ready for card number 2. So that was card number 1. All right, so now let's get all our parts for card number 2. So we're going to look on here, and it looks like we're going to do the pink one, the pink background. Okay, so now if you made this pink one, hi Stacy, welcome. Now say you didn't want to do the first one that says, miss you, wish you were here, you could use whatever greeting you want. But like I said, I am just following what the instructions say for the first card, and then that way I'm showing you how to put it together. All right, so this is card number 1, and we are going to need lemons this time. So the first one we used the cherries, and so now we're going to use a big lemon and a little lemon. So we're just going to get those punched out. And we're going to need one of these. So this is just a die cut. It's all ready. How you doing? Happy Thursday. All right. I am loving the pictures of your kids. They seem to be growing like weeds. All right. And it looks like we're going to be needing 2 vellum leaves, and these are just very easy punched out. This is a nice vellum, so it's not so flimsy it's gonna break. Let's see here, we got our greenery, our lemons, and we're gonna need congrats. Now let's see, where did I put those words? All right. So I'm going to try to find the congrats, which I think is right here in this page full of glitter. Now, if you do not use all your words, you could certainly cut this up, straighten it up, and then use that in some, card making ideas. And then now we're going to try to push out. We're going to use the people poker, and we're going to indent, use the pieces to help get the parts that are in between. You can kind of see the indentations of the things that are supposed to be pushed out so that you can see the words pretty well. And these are really easy to take out. But I'm doing it backwards because then I can see it better. And I think this is, oh, there's one more. That one I can just push with my finger through. Okay, so that is saying congrats in major glitter. And look at this. The glitter does not come off. So this is something that you can craft with and then not have to worry about getting everywhere. Okay, so then now we're going to go to the instructions for card number 2. Seeing as how we have everything pulled apart. And it's going to tell us what greeting we want. We're going to use so much to celebrate. So I'm going to take out my Simply Chamois and clean the first one. The first one was for Wish You Were Here. So we're going to take that off. Now my Simply Chamois is the quarter of the size if you see other demonstrators use it. I like to cut mine up so that I can use them multiple stations, as well as if I'm at an event, then I can have, like the event that's coming up at the end of June, which is this month, I can have 4 Simply Chamois rather than have to buy 4 different ones. Okay, so we use the Wish You Were Here, and so congratulations, so much to celebrate. So that is going to go on this, and I'm wondering if that would fit on this. Nope, it's too small. So again, I'm just going to take my larger block and just do that on the diagonal. Okay, so I think we got everything here that we need to make the card according to the instructions. All right, so we need a greeting. So we need one of these. I forgot, I didn't see that. Okay, so now I think we have everything. Okay, so let's grab the Stampin' Pearson mat, and we're going to ink up. There we go. We're going to ink up using Shy Shamrock. So much to celebrate. And just go tap, tap, tap slightly. You don't need to squish it. See, I got too much. So I'm just going to wipe that right there on my block. So we'll just tap, tap, tap. Put my greeting on and try to do it straight. There we go. Well, it's kind of straight, so let's try one more time. There are 2 sides to every sheet of paper. And I have a strange feeling that moved. But that is actually more straight than the other one, so we'll use this side. I like this side a lot better. Okay. Now I'm going to close up my ink pad because things can, it's a beacon that says, hey, fall into me. Or wipe my hand here. All right, so we're done stamping. So then, excuse me, this is slowly going away. I've only had this for, tomorrow it's 2 weeks. All right, so the instructions say to put adhesive on the back of this. And it's going to look like, kind of like that. Okay? And then it says to put adhesive on this. So I'm going to grab my silicone mat, and I'm actually going to put I'm going to put adhesive right there. This way I can lay this down like that within the confines of my card, so it's not sticking out, because you want it to fit in the envelope. And the two vellum pieces. Now, it says to put a little adhesive on just where that is. So instead of using the mini glue dots, I'm just going to use my Stamp and Seal. And then it says to place that right here and right there. Okay, so then now we are supposed to put some okay, it looks like we're going to be taking, it says this lemon and this lemon, so you're flipping them over. So let's just, so the instructions say to put glue dots. Okay, so it looks like it's, this one's going to be here. Okay, so what they want you to do is, okay, I'm going to put my lid right there so it doesn't roll away. Okay, so it wants you to put one up here. And then I'm actually going to use a mini. See, when you have stamping products, you can use other stamping products. But when you're learning and using the kit, okay, so there's one. The backing came off of one already, so, oh well. That's this one right here. Okay, so it wants you to attach this one and this one together by using two dimensionals. So this is now holding it together. So just like that, okay? So then we're going to take off, we're going to stab and grab those backings off, and then they don't end up all over your place. I want to make sure I did take those off. Yep. And then throw them away. I'm a neat person, somewhat, and so I don't like clutter everywhere. And let's see here. They want you to kind of do kind of like two big loops, okay, with 12 inches. Okay, so we're going to measure. We're going to get out our ruler again on here, and I'm going to move that out of the way, otherwise I'll have lemons on the back side. And so we're going to measure 12 inches. And, oops. So I'm actually going to kind of do it where I'm going to put some adhesive right here. Okay. And so I am going to straighten this out again by just running it through my almost non-existent fingernails so that it's pretty straight. And we're going to have a tail come out right here. We're going to have a loopy loop right there. And we're going to hit that right there in the center of the, we'll make that a little smaller because we want to have some come out the end here. So it's not making a bow, it's just making loops, okay? And then that is going to get covered up by the lemons. Kind of like that. Okay, so you got the loopy loops right there and our lemons. And then it looks like we're going to hang it out right here. So this is lifted up. So we're just going to put adhesive on. You know what? I like the other image better. So we're going to put adhesive right there, and then a mini glue dot, or a mini dimensional right there. And so we're going to stab and grab that and poke that into the garbage. And then we will line that right here. And then we're going to put congrats on here. Now the congrats, it looks like we're just using adhesive on here. And nope, it looks like we're using mini glue dots on the outside edges. So that's okay. So we're going to do one on the S, and kind of stab that and put that right in between the N. And we're going to take that backing off and take that backing off. And then we're going to put that, oops, that shouldn't be on the end, that should be more, oh, we ruined that one, no biggie. We're going to put that, actually I'm just going to cut a little piece for my C right here. That'll work out so much better. All right. So then now, do not put it upside down. Put it right side up. And just like that. Oh, I might make it a little bit more straight. Okay. There we go. And now we're going to add pearls that came in the kit. And we need, put the people poker back together, and we're going to put this one. Hopefully my voice will come back pretty soon to normal. I wasn't able to speak very much during the week. Let's see, and then we're going to go, actually, I'm going to use the big one down here. Oops. Well, that didn't work out right. I didn't take the adhesive that went with it. There we go. We're going to set that right down there, put that pearl right on that, and then we're going to put two small ones right there. Okay, so the larger one is down at the bottom, and then we got the two smaller ones at the top there. Now that is card number 2. See how quickly these go together? I mean, so easy to get a crafting kit. And this is the paper pumpkin. And if you want, you can certainly put all the cards together and then make a nice gift and give it to somebody who you know loves to send cards. And that person knows that you handmade them, and they get to, you know, send them to somebody and make somebody smile. So you're helping the world be a better place by doing that. Okay, so it looks like we are going to use one of the green overlays along with the vellum that comes with it. Excuse me. Let's see here. Looks like we're going to use two big peaches. So they are in different color tones. So a darker peach and a lighter peach, and then 3 little peaches. All right, so one, big one, and then there's one that comes with two leaves. This one comes with one, and the other one comes with just one. So make sure you're grabbing your correct amount of peaches, okay? So it looks like a bigger leaf, a single leaf, and a double leaf. So making sure we're grabbing all our pieces. And then it looks like we need a smaller of those popped out dies. Now Stampin' Up! Gives you quite a few, so if you do mess up, you have, you know, if you mess up more than your front or your back, they gave you enough to create. And then it looks like we're going to be using the blue. So we're going to take our bone folder and give that a nice burnish. See, that's going to be on the front and the back. So, and so we got that, and that. We got the peaches. Oh, we need hello, and then we also need sweet friend. So we're going to clean off our greeting from the past card. And now if you wanted to make all these say, you know, sweet friend, you can. I don't know how much of this one's going to say hello with the glitter, so I don't know how many of those you get of each. So I don't think you can do all 9 hellos. But you don't have to use the glitter hellos. Let's see, this one says sweet friend. So there we go. That will fit perfectly on the block of this one. Okay, got that ready. And then we need hello out of the glitter. Okay, see. And if you kind of aim it towards the light, you can kind of see where your words are punched out so you can see them better. Because like I said, if you look at this, it just looks like one big sheet of glitter. And then you can go to the back side and punch out the parts that don't belong. And so the O with the hello. I'm going to close this back up so I don't drop anything in there that I don't want wet. Okay, the piece that goes in between the hello. Now, be sure to get entered into the drawing to win one of these cards. And how you do that is if you do a thumbs up or a heart. If you leave a comment that just says hi, you can get entered into the drawing that way as well. And if you share this on your timeline, you will get entered 2 times. Okay, so I think we got all our parts for this card cut out. So let's get stamping. Okay, so the first thing it wants you to do is stamp Sweet Friend on this little piece right here. All right, so I'm going to take that, grab my Shy Shamrock, and one thing I like about the Paper Pumpkin kits is it comes with everything that you need and to put it together. Then, if you do have some other crafting supplies, you can incorporate those as well. So, Sweet Friend, Okay, that turned out very nice. And we'll close that up. So we'll put that right here. Take the Stampin' Pearson mat out. Okay. Sorry about that. My eye is itching and I have to scratch it. Hold, please. Okay, so the instructions say to put tear and tape at the top of the vellum and some mini glue dots on the green and to attach. Okay, so I'm actually going to do it this way. So I'm going to just take a little bit of that way, a little bit of that way, and we're going to put the vellum on by doing that. Okay, and then I'm just going to do it in the same spot. Okay, just very lightly, just put a little bit of adhesive there. And then we're going to put this right on top of that vellum piece. It fits it perfectly. All right. Wow. So I don't think you can see this through the camera, but this part here has vellum and this part here. So it's slightly more, slightly opaque. So you could see the detail here better. You could still see it through, but not as much as you could see it on the outline. Okay. So then now it wants you to put the peaches down. So let's see here. We're going to put adhesive. It's just easier for me to use my Stampin' Seal. So it's going to go right here. And then this one is going to go on dimensionals. So I'm going to grab my take your pick tool. And we're just going to put 2 on here. So we're going to stab and grab those backings. And then that goes like that. And then, let's see, probably going to use mini dimensionals. Nope, just glue this one down and glue that one down. So those are not lifted up, but if you wanted to on your cart, once you get your, you could certainly do that. Okay, so that one lays down first, and this one lays down on top. And then the little guy gets adhesive on it, and it goes down here. Just like that. Then it wants you to put mini dimensionals. Oops, I made a boo-boo. We're supposed to put a bow underneath. Let's see if I can lift this one up. 'Cause sometimes if you lift them up pretty quick, they're not adhered really. All right, so I'll lift that up gently and not tear anything. Woohoo! Okay, so we're supposed to make a bow. And I'm not going to measure it this time. I'm just going to make a bow. If I can do that. This piece goes through here. There we go. And it kind of has loopies, so kind of like a bigger bow. And then we'll just kind of cut that off there. We'll put, let's see, we're going to stick a mini glue dot with my people poker. I'm going to grab that and stick that right in between that, and then, see, one of the things about watching this is that you can see what you are supposed to do and what not supposed to do, and if you did do what I wasn't supposed to do, it also helps you fix it. Okay? Okay, so now we have that bow there. Yay. And then we are going to put adhesive, or mini glue dots, or mini dimensionals, where are my minis? Right here. Okay, so we're going to put adhesive on the H and on the L, or right between the L's, and the, can we fit one on? No, it's too big. Okay, so stab and grab those backings off. There we go, we got two. All right, so we're going to flip that over. And it's going to go hello. That's going to lift up. And then sweet friend goes right there. Not on me. I do not need to be popped up. Okay, so then we're going to go stab and grab those backings off. And then that goes right like that. And then now I'm going to put the lid back on the people poker. And then now we are going to grab more rhinestones, or sorry, jewels, pearls. And we're going to put one down here. And then two little ones right. Oops, I didn't grab it. I just moved it. Okay, so the way they want you to put it on here is one right there, and one right there. When you create a triangle, it's more pleasing to the eye. So that is going to create more of a triangle than almost a straight line. So I'm taking my knowledge as an ex-floral designer and putting that together and making it more pleasing. Okay, so that is card number 3. What do you think? I think this is a very pretty kit. Okay, so let's kind of clean this up just a little bit, and I will bring out cards 1, 2, and 3. Now, if you are not done with this, but say I'm done right now, okay, I'm going to take my scissors and kind of put a notch in there, and then that way I can find the end of my linen thread without having it go unraveling. Okay, so we have 3 cards that we did tonight. So this is card number 3, card number 2, and card number 1. Which one was your favorite? Card number 1, 2, or 3? Okay, so you get a chance to get entered into the drawing. And let me see if I could put these 2 here, this one here, and that one. Okay, so again, 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so like, do a thumbs up or do a heart That gets your name entered into the drawing to win a card. Leave a comment. All you need to do is say hi, or, something else. And then your name gets entered to win a card. And if you share this on your timeline, number one, that helps me out as a demonstrator. Get my numbers up there, seen by more people. And the more people that share, the more my name gets out there. So that helps me out a lot. So that means your name would get entered twice. So you have 4 different ways to get entered to win one of these cards. Now, if you win card number 1, like I said, I will be taking your name out so that it gets a chance to win. Now, you will see the coordinating envelope with these cards, because I will send it to you in the envelope. But if you were to re-gift it, you're going to have to, supply your own envelope on that one. All right. I want to say thank you very much for hanging out with me on a Thursday evening. And I will be back hopefully on Sunday. If you need to place an order in my online store, don't forget to use the host code. And don't forget that the bundles are on sale right now for an additional 10%. Also, the Stampin' Cuttin' Boss machines are on sale, and they are on sale for 10% off while in the month of June. So thank you, everybody, for hanging out, and thank you for watching the replay. I will not select the winner right away, just to give everybody a chance to come in and view it and get entered. So I hope you all have a great weekend, and happy stamping! It says slow connection. I can't hit the end button yet. Come on, bud. Let's go. All right. Have a great weekend.